All right, this is what did you? So did you say? What did you do? What did you think? And we're back after a little hang up there with getting out of the expedition and the rewards. Um, like I said, nobody had a key. We still need to do the legendary contract for the path to glory. And so, once we go through the rewards we got out of the mission here, we'll go ahead and run the rest of those missions. Um, like I said, we did the legendary contract, and also to go through those strongholds until we try to find somebody with another key. I'm hoping that it won't take too much longer to see what happens once you've completed the challenge and had your 162 opportunities to get the rewards as to what happens. Like I said, we won't be able to find out the other half of that situation. Like, what if will you still be able to collect keys for the next time this event comes about, and you may not. I mean, so yeah, I'll do a separate recording on that tomorrow. Where I also to do a consolidated review of the presentation more so than review of the rewards out of the chest. Um, Give me a second here. Evaluate what we have going on. 12% armor. Good. Not gonna do us any good. All right. Here run with my all leather look for this legendary mission. So I want to see what the all leather look, how it comes across in the cinematic.
Plenty of ways to make a statement here.
But yeah, welcome back there. Hang on, let me pull it up so I can check that comment. Hey, Juice. Yeah, nothing good out of what the rewards, and nobody had a key. So I'm going to run this legendary mission real quick to satisfy the Path of Glory objective for today, and then just go ahead and focus back on the stronghold grind to see if somebody has a key, to see what happens with. So we got to do this legendary contract. But yeah, if you look down here in the menu option under freelancer, you'll have the Elysian key thing. But like I said, I just completed it today, so it's here for me. And as you see in this list here at the bottom, I've got 162. I opened 162 chests and got 162 rewards. That does not mean that I got there are 162 items here of any significance. But like I said, I got everything out of the reward list except for one item. It was a common vinyl. I keep forgetting the name of it. Hang on, let me reference that real quick. Completed. Elysian Hunting Party. That's the name of the common one that I did not get. Let's see. 1 second. Let me check something. All right. Yeah, let's go ahead and run this legendary thing real quick. Probably be doing some flying, so let's put on our heat sink. Oops, there we go. Hello. Okay, there we go. Late registering. The point. And away we go. Yeah, with the issues the game has, and you know, even with the PS4 Pro, the long road screens, and you know, it's you know, when you've got these crashes where you've got to reset the application or something like that, it's a killer on the broadcast end of things. Or trying to preserve the memory, as I like to do with this. And so I haven't actually been putting out as many videos as I'd like to. I have some videos to upload of a few like cool moments that have happened, but you know, you can only really backtrack about 15 minutes on your gameplay recording, and you know, just to, you know, you can only do 15 minutes even recording on your own on the system. So it's kind of hit or miss on that there sometimes. Retreat.
Give me time to meet you there. Wait, what? You think I'd missed the reunion with your mates? I hitched a ride on a smuggler's strider.
Hang on a second.
It'll be fine. Wait, one of them's coming.
Oh, there we go. Let's get her done.
Okay, I'm borrowing this Strider's amplifier, crammed in with smuggled rabbits.
It's not safe out here.
Safe gets boring. Time for a freelancer adventure. You'll see. Some scars in the area stole weapons from Princess Sim. Getting them back for her could be a good icebreaker. They're gonna put up a fight, though. Well, we stir things up now. Now take a look around for a weapons cache. Okay, we got the weapons. Good, but it's not enough. Regulators aren't easily impressed. I've marked the next location.
Oh, I forgot to switch my color to black on the inside trim. Whatever. I wanted to see what the all black leather looked like in the cinematic, but the red diamond leather pattern is cool.
Of course, they probably sold them first.
But it, to me, it feels like it needs a little bit of extra accent or vinyl or something.
Take care of the walking bugs. Okay, see if you can find the relics. Pallets almost have enough. Need one last bit of tribute for the princess. Location marked.
Yeah, the original without the vinyl does still look good, though. I've always been a little bit beside myself with the vinyls, but simply because I'm not big on putting stickers on stuff. And like a vinyl is like a glorified sticker. And plus, too, the vinyls don't, like, change really when it comes to your material types or your wear state, which sucks.
You're looking for an Ursix.
Why?
Princess Sim loves to throw a good party. I hear grilled Ursix is her favourite dish. Good. Now grab a chunk of that meat. I'm sure the scars will do the rest. Good, we got it. One slab of Ursix ready to serve. Fresher the better. Now let's deliver it. I've marked the location for Princess Sim's hideout.
Ah, shit.
My Strider's approaching Sim's place. Now, before this reunion...
Crash test dummy.
Do you think how
That's what you
people
feel like when you hit shit.
professionals? Yeah, and I've seen professionals beat each other silly. Won't be like that.
Oh, cool. You catch
Let's
the
hope.
water
If it had
before
been
going in. I
Cenotaph,
didn't know you could do that.
Bad blood will be the least of our worries.
Might as well keep up with the pack, buddy. They're not going to stop to kill everything.
I hid in a rabbit cage. Yeah, that wasn't my proudest moment.
If the regulators catch you?
Yeah, that's not a problem. This place is one giant party. I'll see you inside.
I feel like they do have you traveling a lot farther in these legendary missions and regular contracts, you know, legendary contracts than they used to.
How was the trip?
Well, the trip? Oh, it was fabulous. Yeah, I just love hitching a ride on a smuggler strider. It was first-class comfort all the way.
Behold the wonders
I don't think
of
we're
the
going to
palace.
see the javelin in
All
this
hail
cinematic.
Princess Zim, long may she reign.
They do know that she is not a real princess, right? She's just a crazy smuggler with delusions of grandeur.
You scoped this place out yet?
What, you think I went in there alone? Are you crazy? No, I've been standing here waiting for you. Besides, it's your friends we're looking for.
Let's go find Alec and Faye.
All right, come on then. Hey, is that them over there?
Man, I really wish they gave the ranger that upright posture. Cause that shit's cool. Cause the posture they typically give him look like he's constipated or something. It's Axon Johnny stance.
Pleasure doing business, princess.
Our business is not yet completed.
No? I thought we had a deal.
Who is this, Haluk?
No one.
An old friend.
Please, invite your old friend over to join us.
I'm sorry, but we gotta go.
No. First, we celebrate our new partnership in the tradition of my people. Come, closer, friend of Haluk.
I still think they should give the people in
Scorpion
the
highly
party
select
the
is
option
going
to
to
vote
burn
to
going
skip
out.
this, though.
A lot.
You know, I had a big breakfast.
Refusing a meal is a grave insult to your host.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Forgive my ignorance, Princess. I didn't know people could eat this.
I come from a harsh and unforgiving land. Plants are scarce. Animals even more so. Before the Dominion conquered us, we had a saying. Food is life. Life is struggle. We understood that. We embraced it. It helped make us strong.
Give you that accent too.
That was just the appetizer. The main course.
Oh.
Behold, the pheromone sac of a young manticore, cured for an entire year in a vat of fermented chimera venom.
Why is it still
A
moving?
rare delicacy I have been saving for a special occasion.
After you, Princess.
I could not dishonor myself by eating while my guests go hungry.
I love Manticore.
See, she even know that's some nasty shit.
Our deal?
Be sure to thank your friend Haluk.
Oh, you look a little green.
Just need to sit down for a second.
That's nasty.
What do you want?
I think what he meant to say was thank you.
I have a contract.
A contract? Well, we don't need your charity.
Excellent.
Faye, Halleck, this is Owen.
Cypher and Lancer in the making.
Corvus sent me.
Corvus? Huh. What, you some kind of a hotshot now? You got a lot of nerve after all this time.
Quit being dramatic. Sit down.
I'd rather stand.
Let's all go back to the Strider. I'll explain.
We got our own thing going. Thanks, but no.
Wait. Something's not right.
Dominion troops! Clear out! Scatter!
We'll keep your friends safe.
Don't worry about me. I'll see you there.
And the low screen. Kumbaya, my boy, kumbaya. These load screens kill me. Oh. All right.
We've got a whole bunch of Indians coming. Where did they all come from?
We had a little one with them earlier. Might have killed some other guys.
Yes, that's what said so well.
And I've seen like legendaries or other drops being right on top or inside of other drops. Like you'll think it's just a blue, but then you go pick it up and it's a purple in with it, or even legendary. I've just seen, you know, so just don't take for granted the fact you see a blue or purple drop and think it might not be nothing else with it. Might want to double check or grab it. Okay, I can't revive him. Oh, that's... he's not supposed to be able to be revived.
It's working! They're ignoring Alan. Oh, wait, give me credit for a few of them.
Ouch. I meant to do that. Oh shit. Going bitch ass. No, that's it. We can get back to the stronghold, see if somebody got a key. I need one more award, please. Oof. Excuse me. Some water. Seeing that we missed our javelin cinematic opportunity. We'll do the Warner markings with this for a moment. See how we look. Yeah, it's really more of a dark red. Hold on. You're right. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'm hoping that somebody has picked up a key and we can go ahead and see what's up with the chest once you've already completed the event, and whether or not they'll allow you to still receive rewards. Yeah, that's the red. I mapped the red that matches this warning markings decal on one of my javelins that I don't use. Yeah, that's the better red. Where's the final? No, I passed it. But yeah, I like how this kind of creates like a little face. See, sort of like the nose, like from a skeleton, and you know, it's just cool. Let's see if. All right, so we can go back to the strongholds, and like I said, we'll just keep rotating them because there's no particular stronghold that's part of the Path to Glory daily challenges. If there was one, we just stick with that because it's like your odds of somebody using their key and running it are far higher. Not to say that, you know, rotating them regardless, it doesn't still pan out. I've gotten them in their chest rewards when, you know, say the Heart of Rage is part of your daily or your Path to Glory type thing, and you know, I'll run Tyrant Mine or you know, and still get somebody coming through with a key. So oops. Strongholds. Let's do Scar. But you know, get to see also too along the way what the drops are like, or you know what my RNG is like in relationship to others, and you know, playing at, you know, 98% luck on the gear. You know, I've noticed far more often that, you know, the drops in legendary gear when it comes to the strongholds comes far more often from like regular enemies or the chest. You know, the boss drop as far as legendaries, I've seen it, but it's far and in between. You know, I maybe I've seen it since they've lowered the floor and raised the ceiling on the drops from the boss, as they explained. I think I've maybe seen 1 or 2 legendary drops since patch 1.02 came out. 1.04, whatever. Second to the last patch. Give me the line, all these little numbers. I think it's 1.04.
Patching in our Corvus contact.
Name's Seth. I was hoping we could meet in person, but I see you're eager to get started. Corvus has been tracking an Iskari called Skiros. We got the jump on it, but Skiros retreated to these caves. My team's built for ambushes, not sieges.
At least you know your shortcomings.
Skiros is wounded, but there's an entire swarm back out. We've got your work cut out for you.
Expecting a covert mission?
I know they are hard.
Is that a no?
Destroy the alarms or we'll be overwhelmed.
Yeah, oddly enough, you can destroy these things far more efficiently just running up to them and melee hitting them.
And done.
Thank God, I was getting hungry.
We couldn't have that.
Does he, though?
Nothing but meat and potatoes behind that shield. Stagger them and then dig in.
Interesting metaphor.
Well, I'm hungry.
Can we not talk about food right now?
See? That wasn't so hard.
Says the backseat driver.
Hold on. I'm detecting extremely high energy readings further in.
Damn it, this speeds up our timetable.
Why? What's happening?
There are records of a shape or construct in this area. Just a hunch, but I think Skilos might use
Come
it
on,
to cause
Delta
a
Bravo.
Ugh, of course.
Don't you want these spot
Corvus
drops,
doesn't do
bro?
simple
Come on.
missions.
It's not like I told Skilos the construct was here.
The fuck is he? Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and go on. I have no idea what they think they're doing, but
Not
we're gonna
every
keep it.
problem has to be solved with a hammer. If we restart the power, it should fix itself.
Look for fuel. Scars
I bet you they're the one with the damn key, if there is one. Somebody in here with a key. Probably them. I swear, like, so many times going after Elysian keys, if you're running these missions and the person that's dying the most be the one with the key. Yup.
Look at all these barrels just
shit.
lying around.
They could at least organize them.
Yeah, Scars don't really do that. Try filling up the pump, freelancer.
Yeah, I like that warning marking spinal. Because what's also too cool about it is no other vinyl graphics other than the, the splatter effect. Like, there's no extra black background to it. It's just that. Nothing on the sides or the back.
Wow. Need to recirculate the air, my javelin.
Please do.
Sure we didn't
Found the
miss
source
anything.
of the smell.
Rotten meat. Lovely.
Scar delicacy.
Where is everybody?
Relieving themselves, considering what's on the menu?
From what we can tell, Scars prefer meat that's gone off.
Why do you know these things?
Because he's a Scar. Freaking spy.
We're locked in.
I found the Scars.
Thanks, Seth. Very helpful.
I've got an idea, but it's definitely not covert.
Told you, not priority.
And, freelancer, it might cave you in.
Calculated risk.
The structural integrity of that wall is weak. See those explosives? Load
Fuck
the
your
damn
flames.
Yes, ma'am. Explosives in place.
Wow. Give yourself plenty of time, huh?
It's a default setting.
Focus, please. Explosives primed. Get back, freelancer.
Ways clear.
And you've still got all your fingers and toes.
Always a plus.
Looks like we tapped into a primitive sewer system.
More than looks like it.
Good news is, we're closing in on the construct, and probably more scars, but that's to be expected.
Seth, I want it noted that I'm literally walking through shit for you.
Noted.
That's not the expression.
Keep moving. Exit's above you.
Yeehaw.
Fresh air. Are we close?
Yes. Energy readings are climbing.
Seb, why would Skelos start a cataclysm?
I don't know, but it's not the first Skylight to try. I've never seen a swarm this size. And considering their defenses, this place must mean something.
Oh yeah. In-flight action. Not talking about the Mile High Club. Oh.
It didn't have a tank before, that's new.
It's also partly organic.
What?
Skelos isn't just the pilot. It and the tank are fused together.
It must have entombed itself to heal its wounds.
Cool theory. Can I still kill it?
Yes, it'll just be a more complicated endeavor.
Okay, cool there, Pete. Glad you're in it. Joined the broadcast. Yeah, trying to see what happens after you completed the Elysian chess challenge.
That's it, shield's done.
But need, you know, maybe one more award, or even if you have them all, what happens when other people open the chest. So far, I haven't come across anybody with a key, but I'm sure sooner than later it's going to happen for us. Also, too, seeing what the drops are like, you know, with my RNG running at 98% luck. Oh, bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Kiss my ass. There ain't nobody else in this motherfucker but me to shoot at. You want this? You want some of this? You want some of this too? Who wants some more? Bring that ass on. Bastards. Like no easy win to you, motherfucker. Bring your ass back down here. Right? Legendary bitch, this is gonna bring me to my edge of my life like that. Like, who you think you messing with? Oh shit. And Grandmaster wanted that, you know, like don't try to embarrass me on live broadcast.
The construct is silent, and Skilos is no more.
Spiky plastic over the desert.
We should inform the Arcanists about the tank, and that the construct was spawning scars.
Yeah, I'll put in my report. But first, how about a round of celebratory
No,
drinks?
open one of them chests up.
Is paying.
Okay. See, so we see a reward. We have completed the Elysian chest thing. Let's see if we can collect it. Oh, snap. We can collect the rewards even after we've completed it. Yeah. So we have a chance to get the reward that we missed. So, I don't know, tomorrow morning I'll do a recording, so we'll definitely know whether or not, you know, I can still earn keys. My power level 788. I think that's what. Yeah, 788. I've got all legendary pieces except for the support gear. You know, it's still just epic level. Hopefully they'll be coming out with that masterwork and legendary version soon. But yeah, that's really good to know. So if you have achieved, you know, the 162 requirements for the Elysian chest challenge, you can still receive rewards or collect them. You know, in case you have missed an award or something like that. That's what it seems like so far. Let's see what we get. Hopefully, like, even though you can collect it, it doesn't restrict you from receiving a proper reward, like the graphics, vinyls, the material types, and the emotes. It's still possible to get screwed by this situation and be like, well, yeah, okay, you can still collect Elysian chest rewards and stuff, but it's going to be materials. So, see, I'm getting compounds. So, there's at least that if you're hard up for or want some more materials. So, the key is going to be, or the real test is going to be whether or not I receive the last reward out of the, you know, but I have a feeling it looks like it's possible to do so from what this looks like here. So that's at least a good sign in that direction. But yeah, we'll run the other two strongholds just to round it out and see if another key or two pops up, and then I'll probably end the broadcast because we've been going a good bit today, even though we had that interruption. And I mean, it could be from here to whenever, you know, as to when I might get the last item out of the chest. I would think that it's probably going to be sooner than later, with the way that they staggered your, you know, the real rewards of the vinyls, or decals, and the emotes and the material types. It's like, you know, you'll get a couple of compounds, 2 or 3 of them maybe, and then an award, or, you know, they have a fairly decent way of staggering the reward situation. When it first hit, I'll be honest with you, it was kind of whack. Like, I wasn't getting it, but I think they made some little adjustment to the drop pool of things, and I wasn't getting like 3 things of compound and part materials as much as I was when it first hit, as far as the event. So yeah, that's a real positive thing, that you can still collect at least materials at the moment. Like I said, we do have one award still left to get, which is good in the fact that, you know, I'm not pressed about it. Number two, if I don't get it. Number three, you know, if I do get it, it will let us know whether or not you can still, you know, get rewards from the chest of significance beyond building materials. Hope I've explained that properly. Yeah. And I'll highlight the point of which vinyl I'm looking for, and just do a double check through the vinyls to make sure it's not there, because I've seen vinyls pop up late, and this is even after the most recent update, 1.402 or something like that, and 1.040, whatever the fuck it is, the last update patch. You know, I've still seen issues with the rewards coming through. Just really, it was more specifically towards one of them. It was the only epic vinyl in the vinyl rewards you can get out of the Elysian chest, and it's this old ways vinyl, which is rather interestingly cool. It's rather eclectic in this design, I'd say, for sure. Like, almost like graffiti, or don't give me a line on various different artists' names. Not an art aficionado, but yeah, it reminds me of, you know, various different classical artists too. But so yeah, this showed up late, or like after I reloaded the game. Like at some point, it wasn't after coming in and out of missions, from what I recall. And as far as right. As far as the one I'm missing, let me just check this list here again, because I just keep misplacing the name. Answer completed challenges. Elysian Collector. Yeah, it's third from the bottom. Wasting Away. So it's a common decal called Wasting Away. And I should be able to do a filter. And pull up common. I missed that right. There we go. And it's called Wasting Away. It'd be nice if these were in alphabetical order, but they are not. To me, I think they're in some kind of order of implementation, because if you take a screenshot of the reward list like I did, to be able to compare and look through everything I had to make sure, see where I was at with my accomplishment of the rewards, you know, they're not in an alphabetical order in that list either, but there seems to be like 3 or 4 chunks of groupings within the items that are listed, and the way they display in your, I don't know, drop down of all these here, they're arranged in that they're the grouping that you'll come to find in the list of things. So yeah, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, so it looks like I said, we're missing just the one vinyl, and like I said, for shits and giggles, we'll go ahead and run Tyrant Mind and Heart of Rage one more time. I'll do Heart of Rage and then finish out with Tyrant Mind and see if anybody has a key and if we're rewarded something to get this Wasting Away vinyl. And I mean, you know, because mistakes can be made, let's just double check all the vinyls to make sure it's not improperly listed or something. Right. Yeah, I feel you there, Pete. Oh, is that Juice? That's Juice. Okay, yeah. Wasting Away. It'd be cool if it was something really cool. Like in the line of, say, like a pestilence or plague kind of hazardous waste thing. Yeah, as much as I'd like to see it, I don't think we have Wasting Away. But yeah, if no one is sort of like stuck on whether a decal or vinyl is common, uncommon, or epic, you know, and they're, you know, going by, you know, trying to have something unique or distinct for themselves, you know, there is a good list of a whole shit ton of vinyls now and options in therein. And depending on how you rearrange your colors and your styling, you know, one vinyl might not look the same as another vinyl once you get finished with mapping your colors to everything, which is kind of, you know, we're pretty cool. But yeah, like I like doing the white behind the face of the skeleton crew thing to kind of, you know, reinforce the actual look of the skull face that you see there. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump back in. Hit this Heart of Rage and then bounce back down to Tyrant Mind and wrap up the broadcast there. Super cool if we get what we're looking for. It's Wasting Away. To our gear, recharge, put on our extra shields and shield recharge. But all in all, not a bad day, because, you know, when I first started the day, I needed 2 decals out of it, and I was able to get 1 out of the 2 before completing the challenge, just in case, you know, though I can still receive awards, perhaps the rewards I would get would be nothing but materials, because I've technically completed it. I've technically used up my 162 opportunities to get the decals, you know, vinyls, emotes, and material types. So that it will be interesting to see if I wind up getting, you know, the last reward that was in the list of things. I got a feeling I won't, but crossing my fingers. At least the endeavor won't be wasted when I run the strongholds, as far as, like, you know, taking it all the way to the end, because, you know, the potential drops from the bosses, as well as, well, hey, as materials I didn't have, and who knows what system they may come out later where these materials could be either converted or used for the build of who knows what. So hopefully they do make it worth our while to hoard materials the way we have been. But yeah, this outfit here actually looks pretty decent too, if you decide to show your weapons, and the fact that, well, depending on the combination of weapons anyway. But I don't mind the way that actually looks rocked out like that. But like I said, I've been getting used to running without the weapons, simply because the weapons look like you bought them out of Toys R Us, most of them, or some toy store basically.
Speaking of Corvus, Hachi and Sev,
You know, you never know what kind of, they may change the style of the weapon. You got your heart set on the look of the javelin, or they may come out with some other type of weapon which, you know, looks completely different, that's more preferable to carry. You know, and as well as the fact that they told us, I don't know, this is where the response that, you know, oh, it's really more about the javelins, despite the fact it's a little shooter. We weren't really worried about how the weapons would look, even though when we first brought it out or advertised it, we was telling you that the weapons could be personalized, and then when it was near to release, we told you that yes, they still can be personalized, but it's based off of whatever you select for your javelin. And you know, the final product is no, well, that wasn't our point to begin with. And no, you can't change the look of your weapons. So who knows what they may decide to do? They may come out with the ability for us to do so. They may come out with other types of weapons, in which case, you know, the issue won't matter, or they may change the look of them altogether. I mean, games like Warframe has done that. I mean, like, there's been weapons that looked a particular way, and they're like, hey, we wanted to change the look of that because for whatever the fuck reason. And so, I mean, I know this isn't Warframe, and this isn't, you know, but you know, they own the rights to the shit, so anything goes. So, you know, they could just drop it all together. It's, you know, which would be a shame. But yeah, see the way the weapon is sitting above the jetpack? Like, I know they're a javelin thing, and it's not likely the heat is going to warp the weapon or keep it from functioning, but it just still seems awkward to have something kind of blocking your jet path, our output like that. I mean, it's still cool how you still do get a balance with the assault launcher on the back.
Energy levels are dropping. You're halfway there.
It looked like the scars were bringing eggs to the relic. The eggs were filled with acid. Could be using the relic to weaponize it.
Let's check the second relic. Put your theory to the test. Relic's up ahead.
Oh, this one's a lot more crowded.
Look, eggs everywhere. Your theory's got legs.
I'll pat myself on the back after I dealt with the scars.
We'll see if we can catch it in motion. Ah, that was a strike one on that one. have some fun. You missed me, bitch. You missed me. You wanted to hit me. You wanted to. Get a hot dog.
That thing is probably what's producing the eggs. If we don't get rid of the source,
The scars will come back and keep making weapons. Faye, find me a way underground.
Already done.
Ay, ay.
Only way forward is through an underwater passage ahead.
Right, sorry, you don't want to get left behind in this place.
You know what they say? You've got to crack a few eggs to make it.
Ran into that.
I don't want that omelette. What is that?
Another relic. Careful, Freelancer. It's unstable.
I hate it when they do that.
What do we do now?
Gather the fragments, then silence the relic.
Could have been a potential drop. Hey man, am I missing a comment here? Hang on, let me refresh my thing. Cause I think I missed somebody saying something.
Heads up, scars incoming.
How'd they get down here?
Bastards love to borrow.
Maybe not. Okay. Okay, yeah. I see you, Pete.
Hey, Freelancer.
More scars, I know.
These look extra powerful.
Almost done. Only a few fragments left.
Get some. That's the first time I've seen an enemy Colossus come all the way up to the top like that. Trying to bogart the situation. Got to make sure there's no drops up in here.
house and there's notes everywhere.
Within a minute, it should work itself out.
Should.
Energy readings are stabilizing, albeit slowly. Just stay in the
Didn't
center,
miss
any
anything.
interference will cause the energy to spike again.
Get back to the platform. Get her done. Stay on the platform there, big boy. It's okay. Yeah, we got another two that don't get the point that you're not going to get a drop from this. It's about getting the objective done. So we'll be here longer than necessary. Oh well. These are the Braves. Wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up.
Green answer, stay on the platform.
Right. Yeah, nah, they probably wouldn't even believe me even if I switched my chat options so they could hear what I'm saying, because you do have in-game chat now. A lot of folks haven't even talked about that, but you actually do have in-game chat now. It's just a matter of whether anybody's using it or cares to. But they will see that you're talking if you go to, I think it's, hold on, let me do something real quick. Oh yeah, okay, you did, right on. Yeah, I think you go to settings, go to audio. Wait a minute, is this it? Enable this OA chat with other players. Yeah, here it is. Hey, Mr. Corleone, and Nutty Savage, you don't get drops there, buddy, on this stage here. So you're kind of like, just shooting them for no particular reason other than you can. But if we all stand on this platform, we can actually get this objective done a lot faster, and not waste our time with enemies that aren't going to give us drops. And if you actually kill the enemies in between these stages, they actually give you drops. Farming those is actually the way to go. This is just sort of grandstanding in a way. You're not, it's just filler until the objective is done. But yeah, I don't think that they're listening here, viewers. So they're just gonna do what they're gonna do. I can't do nothing about it. Can't do nothing about it. They just a little crazy. So, it's all good.
I don't think our friend like that. Too bad.
What's
I'm just
UC?
getting started.
I'm not sure. UCE? Is that what you're saying there, Pete? You see? Is that something I'm saying that you're trying to pick out? I'm not sure. Hold on, let me switch my chat options back.
It got quiet.
Better stay that way.
Swing back and get some ammo.
It's pretty dark in here.
Throw down a flare, it'll help.
You freelancers have tools for everything.
Let's try to
Back
catch
into
up.
the deep.
Oh, that's just wrong.
What did the tomato say to the other tomato when it was trying to cross the road?
Remember?
Catch up. Whoa. Whoa.
It would be unprofessional to cut the link, right?
Hello, nasty spider. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Even Corvus doesn't know everything.
Whoa. Light them up, boys. Got a runner. That ass. Get her before she goes. Ah, we almost had it. Oh, nice. Very cool. Appreciate the cultural awareness there, man. UC. It's pronounced UC. Whoa, whoa, shit. I'm right on top of it. Bad place to be. Bad place to be. Okay, we're good.
It'll take me to forget that thing. I'm gonna go with 8.
One for each of the tyrant's legs.
Oh, no more scorpion talk, please.
Right on. Alright. Ooh. More openings. Nice. Get 2 opportunities. Now, I feel like it's better to collect these not all at once, but just give it a couple of seconds in between collecting them because, you know, it just gives us the handshake with the server time to maybe give you a different option or role to, you know, your opportunity. Because I've noticed, like, if you pick them up one right after another, it's possible. It's a lot easier to get 2 compounds, 2 building materials. I feel like it may just be all in my head, but yeah. Hopefully, one out of this 3 might be the last one if they're still allowing me to get the actual rewards beyond building materials after I've completed my 162 chances. And will the reward scheme process? Looks like it's trying to. Alright. Let's not press anything. Let it do its thing. It's real easy to overpress the buttons and skip past them. Drum roll, please. Compound. All right. That's a strike 1. Let's see. Did it do the second one? Was the second one compound too? Hold up. Damn, the second was a compound too. Wow, all 3 were compound. That's an ugly indication that I might not get that last reward out of that Elysian chest. That all I'm going to be getting from now on, or anybody perhaps, if they've completed their 162 opportunities, that it's a hit or a miss perhaps. I mean, that would be a little disappointing to not be able to complete the scenario. Hopefully they bring it back later and you can complete it later. And hopefully tomorrow, when, you know, the ability to get a key refreshes, I'll be able to continue to earn keys so that when the next event comes and I can use them again, that I can, because it's, you know, get the one decal that I didn't get. Because it would be a shame not to be able to complete the situation, but you know, They may do some kind of exclusive thing where it's like, well, if you weren't here during the event, then you don't get it, and you know, to help people feel like, you know, they got something special or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it's all kinds of which ways they could flip it. I mean, to me, it's just better to go ahead and have it open for folks to get and enjoy, and you know, just save all the extra hoopla for somebody else's mama. There's plenty of other games out there that do that kind of thing. You know, where you know it's not but so many exclusive items. Any of these games that they constantly keep coming out with, you can't wear it all. You can't equip it all. You can't, you know. So like, it just gets to be asinine after a certain point. You know, yeah, you can have your bragging rights and you can, you know, have your floss and, you know, I got this, I got that, but I was there for this event or whatever, or I spent X money to support the game and now I get to wear whatever. But they just don't even have it in a way where you can actually enjoy it all to any capacity. I mean, like, For Honor did a good thing where they started opening up the ability to equip more emotes and what have you. So up to a certain point, you know, you can kind of keep getting stuff, and you know, maybe you might vary your you know, what you have on your various warriors, but still there's like an overabundance of stuff that, you know, you could do and probably not come across somebody having it for some time if they do at all. And I mean, Warframe is full of it like that. I mean, you know, plenty of stuff from previous years they haven't re-released. They've got all kinds of horseshit, exclusive this, exclusive that, and bragging rights, this, that, and the other. So, you know, trust me, you can chase that till you blue in the face. But, you know, but then, you know, sooner than later, and eventually you always have somebody, more than often, a lot of people being put out because they don't have the opportunity at things. Case in point in regard to Warframe Excalibur Prime. But that's kind of almost a new point now with Umbra being the thing. But even still, it's a shame with that Umbra stuff. But yeah, anyway, I had to let that be for a little bit. Yeah, hopefully this Anthem continues to improve on itself. And I mean, you know, because for me, there's a lot of drama that I don't have to deal with that I do deal with playing with other games, if not just in the immense amount of research you have to do to understand what to do or where to go to do what you have to do, or the exorbitant amount of time it takes to do this, that, or the other, or the grind not being worthwhile once they come out with the next system and making you feel like everything you did was for nothing. And that's going to be interesting to see what, you know, Anthem does on that. Like when they come out with something, if they come out with other gear beyond legendary, and you know, like something like mythic gear or ancient gear or off-worlder gear, for example. I mean, you know, they can come out with any nature of things where, you know, it's basically negating your struggle in achieving the gear you have. You know, in a way they've kind of got it set up that way already, letting you know, you know, it's a kind of a hint. Like, for example, when you know, outside of building materials, you know, when you get your epic level, you know, so you go from uncommon to or common to uncommon to epic to masterwork to legendary. Well, you don't retain any of that previous, you know, level gear. You get to convert it to building materials, but you know, outside of that, it's kind of like a means to an end versus you know, something to, you know, see the longevity or the main of its benefit. I mean, outside of just getting to the next level, but it kind of negates your purpose in a way. That's my opinion of it. I wanted to check stats on what we got here. What was it? The assault thing, the poison darts. We got some luck on that. Was that 28%? Got another 28%. See what's the difference. Gear, LMG. But they love to put LMG ammo on that thing, don't they? 9 damage. It's damn near the exact same as the other. Oh my gosh. Get 20% extra gear speed towards its point and a horseshit 1% damage. Like, oh, that's gonna make the difference. Oh boy, did they drop the floor on it. I mean, they weren't kidding when they said that they dropped the floor And raise the ceiling, dude. Yo, 1%, 1 extra damage. Yo, this is ridiculous. You got to be kidding. That is hysterical. That is just hysterical. Anyway, all right. Let's run our last one for the broadcasting for the day. And I'm gonna still run them off camera. If by some chance I come across the reward, I'll hit the record button and see what's up. But we'll run Heart of Rage, because I actually kind of messed up my order in here. I was supposed to run Heart of Rage and then Tired Mind, but that's all good. You get the point. I just wanted to stagger the runs. But yeah, so we'll end it on Heart of Rage then. And see what's up. Yo, 1% damage. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Oh. That's rich. But yeah, like, to me, it's kind of a shame how, you know, like, the way things went down, they inadvertently kind of slid everybody the stones to throw at them as far as Anthem and its development and what was put out. They're like, here's a whole pile of stones, take a pick. Start throwing like it. I know they didn't want that to happen though, but it was rough. You know, my wife is in the field with dealing with applications and their production and their, you know, client use and fulfillment, and you know, this is kind of a standard way of building applications, is to put out, you know, the bare minimum and to build on it over time based off of you know, client experiences and needs and wants, and to, you know, to maintain a healthy budget like that for the endeavor to try to maximize profits is business. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't look to the humanities or empathy when you deal on a function utilitarian level of business. Does it serve a function? Does it serve utility? That's what's important, not your fucking pleasure, unfortunately, but or your happiness or your gratification or your satisfaction.
Just like all time, I'm open for new times, you know.
Now, because, you know, various different models have improved over the years since the dysfunctional utilitarian one that popped out of after World War I, you know, because, I mean, after a certain point, if you don't address the humanities, the needs, the very aspects of the conditioning response, pleasure reward aspects of being a human being, you're going to have some serious issues, which, you know, we can see by the individuals and the way they complain, the gripes, the disappointments, you know. So, you know, but yeah, if you look to the social sciences and the social economic models of things, you know, psychological testing, experimentation, and understanding, a lot of that came after the functional utilitarian model of World War I, and, you know, it's still a little late in applying these points when it comes to business, because, you know, it's like business has no compassion in that regard. It's about money, it's about success, and you know, feeling sorry for the crying Mimi isn't part of the issue, part of the thing. You better get your own, buddy. You better buck up, son.
That's it. Monitor still ahead. Keep
Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. But yeah.
Sounds like footsteps. Big footsteps. Ah, that guy is dead.
So's the Titan once you're through with it.
Damn, I'm just missing like a motherfucker with them goddamn ass grenades. I mean, that's just, you wouldn't know it, but I was first class grenades in the military for sure. I got one too. Ha 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 ha. Beat you to the punch, buddy. That's how you try to open up on me. Die already.
Something's wrong with my suit. Your jab is fine. There's a grounder in play. We've got brutes ahead.
Freelancer. Can you hear me?
I'll read you, Faye. You alright?
Peachy. Just concentrating.
It's taken everything she's got to keep your jab at full functionality.
Not everything. She still has her life.
Nah, not one of your better lines.
It's called the Monster Mash. Wow. I just got a friend request through. Not sure from who, but we'll have to check that after we're done here. Friend request was from the broadcasters. All good. Just realize I'll accept it after the mission here because it will interrupt the broadcast and switch from the application to that.
A relic? This close to the cenotaph? The minions gotta touch everything, apparently. Get in there and fix their mess.
Yeah, but I tell you one thing I'm still trying to figure out, especially when it comes to the interceptor, like how does anybody fit in that? Like my wife was looking at the javelins and then her initial thought was that they were for like amputee victims or something like that to still be functional combatants. But it's like, I was like, that's a good proposition, but I feel like the game was designed in pieces and they kind of just decided to throw a lot of things together to kind of, you know, satisfy a lot of folks and still try to maintain a distinct, you know, presence about their concept. Digging after your ass.
We're back in business.
But yeah, the proportions are somewhat awkward, especially from the hip to the underarm area of the javelin. Like, it's awkward really to see just truly how a human being fits in it. Because even when they're standing next to one in the game, like in Fort Tarsus, it's sort of like, your foot fits where? Where that shock is? Your knee fits where? And your hip hits where?
Too slow.
Your underarm's all the way up over there. And your head's all the way up there.
No, he's been remade. For the Anthem.
That can't be healthy. Put it all this way. Not giving up now. Heads up! Meteors! He's activated again. Find him, freelancer. Is he changing the storm?
The Heart of Rage is connected to the cenotaph. And now, the monitor.
Think I preferred fire.
Oh, what other game do I play, Pete? Sorry, just noticed that comment. Right now it's just been this. I'm still logging into Warframe and DCUO, and you know, but as far as like actively playing, I'm just playing this right now. I will check in periodically on a few other games like Space Lords and For Honor. I'm OP for GM1. At GM2, I can hold my own, but you know, if I don't have at least just a good team for GM2, then you know it's going to be taking me longer than what it feels like it's worth. And lately, it's been hard to get good teams, at least just a good team. It doesn't have to be great, doesn't have to be all pro, just a good team for Grandmaster 2 and Grandmaster 3. You know, you got a lot of folks that want to, you know, take off more than they can choose, more than they can really handle, and they're looking for you to carry them because they're trying to gear up, and the game doesn't really, from what I understand, I don't think it really rewards you that way, as well as people think it does. But you know, I'm trying to complete the challenges where I forgot the name of it right offhand, where you get to you know, refurbish the, you know, the General Tarsus's tomb, and you know, you need 150,000 points for that. And you know, when it comes to getting your 150 points out of a stronghold or your 50 points from a contract, you don't want it to take all day when you know you're still only going to be getting purples and masterwork items out of the loot pool until it's your time to get a legendary, in my opinion. That's just what I've noticed. That's just what it's been like for me on my RNG. Yeah, I've been waiting to get back into DCUO. I mean, I played it hard, heavy, and long, and really liked what I was able to create out of it. I created, for me, a Superman as best as possible without, like, classic Superman where he didn't fly type thing. But, you know, I added the flight to the mobility, but I used Earth tank abilities, but I pieced it together from various different things so that I didn't have the hula hoop rings of gems around his waist. That wasn't my bag, man. You know, look at that, kind of hurt my image. And so I used like various different consumables and what have you, and alternated, and I had a real strong setup back in the day. That was about a couple of years ago. And since then, after going through they just released, I think it was like the Sapphire lanterns or whatever, and they hadn't adjusted the mission for it, bro. And it was just horrible. We were in it for like 8 hours, man. It was, you know, couldn't get it done. People coming and going. People like, yo, you're the best Earth tank we ever seen. Oh, I'm like, dude, whatever, man. We still not getting through this shit. So, like, I just got burnt and just had to let it go, and like, for a minute. But it's the only place you can kind of get what you get from it, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. But you know, I'll peep back in one of these days, and you know, it's almost better to kind of play catch up with a lot of these games. They seem to favor the newcomer or the latecomer, in which case, you know, if you're on the if you're there to get all the new content, you want to be the latest, greatest with the first of it, you're going to be going through the greatest, hardest grind. You're going to be dealing with the worst errors and mistakes and unbalanced situations left, right, and center. And, definitely with DCO, you give it some time, people be running you through it, no problem. Skill points for DCO? Oh man, I can't remember, man. I mean, like I said, I'm years ago on it, and because I use gaming to help me deal with chronic pain, I'm able to put more hours in on it, and I'm in my 40s. My wife, we're all cool with this, but point is, I can't remember. It was like 100 and something, 20 some odd skill points if I remember correctly, but that was long before they even did certain skill point adjustments, and the weapon mastery thing was still current. Like I haven't really caught up on a lot of the adjustments they've made. Every so often I'll peep in on a broadcast, and like the last one I saw, they were talking about how they added some effects to the flight modes, and that was kind of like, okay. Anyway, I wasn't impressed, but they're trying. I mean, like I said, it's the only place you can get it like that, in my opinion, on that comic book, superhero flying type level. And though, like, Anthem to me is the next best thing on a flying level, and it's still not your classic comic booking type situation, and you have to kind of modify it a good bit in Anthem to really get as much out of the flying that you can have. But I'll be back there again. I mean, me and my wife, we both played DCO. She played For Honor as well, and even she was even on the first Division 1. I played that real hard until I got burnt out with that, because it's just, you just didn't feel like you benefited from the grind of what you went through very long. By the time you finished your grind and getting everything that was to be had, boom, here comes the next thing where everything you had is now obsolete. It just and then I didn't care for the way you kind of felt forced to do the PvPing in the game. I'd rather have it at my whim, but I bucked up for it. It's just not my bag, and I don't swell with the ego from the point. It's I don't know. I just grew up in some interesting scenarios where that's certain things about the nature of the way certain PvP and varied gaming is conducted, and the way people kind of swell up on the ego off of some zeros and ones that they playing on the screen, and how they can affect another person's emotional standpoint. It's just not really my bag to cater to it or to play along in those reindeer games. But I'll buck up, what I'm saying. I'll do well. I'll do what I do and handle my business. I ain't gonna bitch about it, but it's just not necessarily my bag. But yeah, so we just did the Heart of Rage, we just did Tyrant Mine, and we haven't gotten any new vinyls. Well, we haven't gotten the last one, rather, on my list. Keep going into the wrong menu option. So challenges, go to freelancer, and like I said, for me, it's completed. So the fact that I'm getting any reward out of the Elysian chest is a positive note. It's just going to be unfortunate if I can't complete everything by getting that one decal called Wasting Away, unless I got it and it's not showing up. And it may show up sometime later, like I said, with the only epic vinyl that is available, which is listed down here. It's Old Ways. It's the only one epic vinyl. Like I said, for me, I didn't notice it, didn't see it whenever I first got it, and it wasn't until I logged in. And I've been dealing with some cosmetic adjustments and styling options for the last couple of days. Throughout, quite constantly, actually ad nauseum, to be honest with you, trying to comprehend the proportions and styling and lighting issues. Because like I said, you got 3 different lighting conditions. But yeah, Wasting Away is what it is. We'll do a final check here, see if it may have popped in. I don't think it did. But yeah, definitely appreciate folks stopping through and sharing their opinions and asking questions and laughing along with me at the spectacle of it all. Right on. Yeah, that's nice, Juice. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of cool stuff to be had out there. Well, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, I'll probably wind up fucking around with the Division 2 at some point. But you know, like I said, I've still got to still burnt myself out from the first one, and you know, like I said, outside of the way Anthem gates you, outside of the, you know, load screens and the various different bugs from time to time. And it's luckily the bugs are from time to time. They're not a constant thing, like, you know, getting caught in a load screen or whatever, or the rewards thing not processing. You know, to me, it's really chill if you're not trying to bite off more than you can chew, and you know you're taking it as it comes, and you know, and realize that, you know, when it comes, you're going to get it, you know, for sure. And you know, it may not necessarily be in the combination you're looking for, but eventually it's going to happen for you. And you know, just don't be too pressed. I mean, realize that I believe Sony and everybody else is in bed with each other in one sense or another to say, hey, let's not have everybody have their time absorbed into this one area, because there's other games from Sony or from Xbox or whom, you know, PC that can be played. You know, so it's okay to have some scenario where, you know, people are discouraged from fucking with your game all the time. I don't know. I'm just speculating, man. I mean, to me, it's no excuse to put out anything that's less than at least adequate in a lot of ways. But you know, what that measure of adequate is relative to whoever's conducting the business. But yeah, we are not seeing a wasted away vinyl. But you know, I feel well accomplished with the rewards that I got out of it. Like I said, I got them all except for the last, except for one vinyl, one common vinyl. And so yeah, so we just clicked through all of them. But yeah, I'll do another video tomorrow, which will, you know, highlight the Elysian chest reward completion. I'll scroll through the various different rewards on the javelin. I may actually take the extra time to show the rewards on all the javelins, but that might be a good bit of time when it comes to the vinyls. But we'll see how that goes. You know, but definitely, you know, I'll take note of whether or not you can actually earn more keys after completing the the challenge, and whether or not, you know, like, if you still can earn keys, I'm just going to hold on to them until the next event. I don't see what the point would be in using them. I guess the point could be in, you know, just being, you know, a mitzvah, just a goodwill to the other players that may not have a key, you know. And you know, I may actually use a key or two here and there, you know, if folks are real cool and they need one more just to open up all four or something like that. You know, depending on how many keys I'm able to acquire before the end of this. I think I'll be able to acquire like about 19 keys by the end of this event. Let me see here, because I think because when you scroll down to the challenge, well, completed. It'll let you know we're at the top. Yes, at the top, how many more days we have left. So yeah, so tomorrow will be 19 days left. So it looks like I'll probably be able to either save 19 keys and use a couple of them. Hopefully, you know, we'll find out tomorrow. And I'll run some more strongholds after the broadcast off camera, because there's no telling if or when I may get that wasting away common decal. But if I do, I'll try to preserve the memory of the point on just recording on the system here and upload it later. But yeah, man, thank you, Pete. Much love, man. Appreciate it. And I will see you all tomorrow. And it's been fun, definitely. All right. You all take care and enjoy.